Hello, this is Nicole Rowe, school counselor at Seven Generations Charter School. Thank you for participating in the virtual and hybrid model orientation. The purpose of this orientation is to increase your understanding of the parent participation requirements for the Seven Generations virtual and hybrid programs so you can be better prepared to maintain a regular schedule of participation and assignment completion. By this point, you should have received your child's classroom teacher assignment. You may be wondering how that will work in tandem with a virtual teacher. If your child is doing the 100% online virtual program, your child will have a grade level teacher of record. That will be a Seven Generations classroom teacher who will be responsible for grading, planning, etc. Your child will also have a virtual teacher who will provide live instruction and remediation of core content, digitize grade level teachers' plans, and more. Your child will also have access to the specials teachers. In the hybrid model, your child will have access to their grade level teacher while they're in school and the specials teachers through the virtual platform when they complete their special assignments at home.
Hi everyone, my name is Diana Reeves and I am going to be one of the virtual educators at 7Gen this year for the 2021 school year. There's also another virtual educator that you're going to get to meet in just a minute. We want to talk to you today about what virtual education, if you've chosen the 100% online option, is going to look like at 7Gen this year.
Hello, Seven Generation families. My name is Megan Chittister and I'm a virtual educator here at 7Gen. If you and your family have chosen a virtual experience for your child this fall, I may be your child's teacher. I look forward to this opportunity and meeting you soon.
With your 100% virtual option, your child will still be given a grade level teacher on record. We'll be working in partnership with that teacher to pull the lessons that the other kids are working on in school and digitize them to the best of our ability. Of course, things might look a little bit different than what they're doing in class, but we're going to do the absolute best that we can with it. That way your child will still be getting the same topics, the same concepts, and very similar lessons to what their peers are working on in the classroom face-to-face.
In case you're wondering what the day is going to look like for you and your online virtual schedule with your child, this is what the schedule is going to look like. So as you can see, depending on the grade will depend which virtual teacher you have, and that is subject to change as enrollments are coming in. From 8:45 to 9, all the children will have access to a virtual morning meeting where there will be a daily question that they can answer. Here's where things are going to kind of depend on what grade level your child is in. So let's just look, for example, right down the middle at second grade. They would log in and take attendance, log on and go ahead and answer that morning meeting question, which is a great way for us to stay connected with each other and with the virtual teacher. Then they're going to have their live lesson block from 9 to 10. So that's really important because that really is their time to be there, to see what the lesson is for the day, to get important clarifying concepts, and to get really that lesson where the teacher will go over, here's what the lessons are for today, here are the major concepts, and we'll really go over everything. Then here, these are our suggested working block times. We, of course, understand that you might not exactly fit into this box with you and your family at home, but these are our suggested working times, as well as to give you an idea of that is about how long we expect it to take. So we expect there to be about an hour of work for math, about an hour of work for ELA, about an hour of work for investigations, and a little bit of time for having a break and a little bit of time for specials. Just make sure, the really important, what we would highly recommend is if this doesn't exactly fit your family's daily schedule, just make sure that you are allowing time for the things that do have to happen at a certain time. So this live lesson is a must do every day for that 1 hour block for everybody that's in that grade level band. However, with that being said, if your live lesson time is not until later, so for example, third grade's live lesson time is not until 11, they can still log on to Google Classroom and start working on some of their assignments. So while we understand that some flexibility will be had here, these are the absolute must-dos for you to log on during that time. Let's take a look at what it's going to look like when your child logs on to Google Classroom and logs into the Google Hangouts. Each child will be added to a grade level distance learning Google Classroom. Up at the top, you will see a Meet link. That is the link that they will click on each morning during their grade level's specific 1 hour block time. During that 1 hour block, they will get their lesson for the day and they will go over the assignments. You will see assignments for ELA, which includes writing, and math, and investigations, their core subjects. Students will get to see other students within their grade level and have some computer FaceTime with their virtual teacher. The teacher will also use this time to explain assignments, explain what's expected of them in each assignment and how to use the documents, such as where to type, and they will also be able to provide some direct instruction on skills that they'll need to do the assignments correctly. If your child ever needs extra help or has questions, don't worry, there's a plan for that too. Each virtual teacher will have a sign-up genius where you will simply sign up for a time slot for remediation or help with your student's unique number that is given to them to protect their privacy. From there, we will meet with students one-on-one and answer any questions that they might have.
Here at 7 Gen, we know that this year is going to look a little bit different, but we are really hoping that together as a partnership with ourselves, the admin team, and with you, your child, and your family, that we can still have a wonderful and successful year for you and your child. We're really looking forward to testing these new waters together, and we thank you in advance for your patience as we go over these new systems and new processes that we have to put in place. Thank you so much for your patience, and we can't wait to work in partnership with you and your child.
By selecting at-home learning in any capacity, parents, students, and school staff are expected to work together and are all responsible for the child's learning. Parent responsibilities are as follows. By participating in either program, the parent is assuming responsibility for facilitating the learning of the school material presented. Check your email a minimum of once per day for school communications. Please add our email to your address book or contact list so that important communications are not blocked or delivered to spam. Check your child's lesson plans daily, either on paper or online, to make sure he or she is completing the assignments. Understand that all online student lessons will automatically be reassigned to the student until they have reached the 70% proficiency threshold. Students may have projects and/or essays to complete. Projects with materials that cannot be easily obtained at home can be provided by the school. Materials can be sent home with the hybrid students when they are in the building. Parents of children in the 100% virtual model will need to pick up the materials at school. Students should spend a minimum of 4 hours per day in a 5-day school week on their lessons. This is equivalent to 1 hour per course per day. That would include math, reading, EIC, and specials. Transportation of your child to 7 Generations for state-mandated testing, including the PSSAs, should they be held this year, would be mandatory for grades 3 through 5. Student responsibilities. Students are expected to abide by the 7 Generations acceptable use of technology policy, which can be found on our website. They are expected to follow the 7 Generations attendance policies. Students should log in to each 7 Generations course for a minimum of 60 minutes during every weekday and complete all course assignments. Students should seek immediate assistance from their teacher if they experience technical problems. Teacher and staff responsibilities. Teachers working with your children are expected to participate in training opportunities and 7 Generations staff meetings. Your teachers will provide learning experiences that incorporate the effective use of technology, assist students in mastering Pennsylvania standards, establish clear goals, expectations, and shared responsibilities, and support extended opportunities for students and families to engage in joint learning activities. It is important to note that compulsory attendance laws have not changed. Your child's attendance will be recorded each day by tracking submitted assignments and monitoring course login data. Although your child may complete his or her schoolwork at various times per day, based on family dynamics, students are still required to log in and complete their schoolwork 5 days per week. Pennsylvania attendance and truancy laws still remain in effect for students completing work outside of the school building. Please continue to email absent@7gen.org if your child is sick and will not be logging on to Google Classroom. Keep an eye on your inbox. Parent agreements will be emailed to the email addresses we have on record. Your signature and agreement are needed in order to finalize your child's placement in the virtual or hybrid programs. Once the permissions are complete, a school administrator will let you know that your child has officially been approved for the program. If your child is enrolled in the virtual or hybrid model and your family dynamic changes, your child will be able to switch between models or return to school at any time with written permission from the parent or guardian and a school administrator. Please contact the front office for information on that process. I hope this helps to clear up any lingering questions that you may have had. If you have further questions, feel free to contact anyone you see here for further information. Please keep an eye on your inbox for the parent permission that will be coming to you via Sign Now. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your summer.